So to convert back the router, we just change out this gear, move the steel pan. We got to drain the water out of it, vacuum it out. And then this is the piece we're going to cut the part from. This is a piece that's already messed up on the other side, but it's going to be the test piece. And this is just a sacrificial board, piece of 3/4 inch plywood, steel underneath that, and then the whole thing clamped together. And I got to check it for level before we start. Nothing real scientific here, just it has to be close, you know, nothing perfect. And I got a new Harbor Freight dust collector. That's what this duct is running back to. But if you run it through that bag over there, that thing doesn't filter down small enough. So all I got it done is I got another hose that just throws it out the back, out the house. This is called an air cut. When you set 0 1 inch above the surface and let it do its thing. And you can see, get a sanity check. I had the wrong post processor on my G-code, and it wanted to go down 45 inches. So with this, I can make sure it's running the right pattern and, you know, going down to a sane almost ½ inch there, and that looks good. So I'll lower it back down and do the real thing. Does pretty good even without a skirt around it to help pull the air in. Down to 80 inches per minute to cut down on some of the chatter. There's supposed to be material left there. It's gone. Well, after looking at it, I think it was strictly user error. I didn't have it set to 0 at the top. Somehow I had that set as 1 inch high. So it thought it was doing the right thing. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the real part. We're going to test this diameter here though first. Let's see. That's going to be really nice. This has a draft on it, so it's going to be about right at the top and then really wrong at the bottom. So just a quick sanity check. That looks about right. My mistake. I forgot I had a variable router speed. That's right. Oh God, that's a lot of dust. Yeah, trying to hold it down while I cut it out. It did alright. I'll have to sand it a little bit off and maybe a little fill there. And these lines right here are from the Z finish axis. Z doesn't do on Bobcat doesn't do flat parts, horizontal flat parts well. It does vertical ones real well, but it's told to drop down 20 thousandths and then do a cut. So when it's running across a flat part like that, it has to move over quite a bit before it gets to 20 thousandths drop, so it leaves these little ridges, but they sand off really quick. Cat's having trouble staying dry. Doing? You don't know what you're doing there.
Oh, I know. I don't know how to.
If you don't put grooves on your cope, then just glue in little sticks. Anything to help the sand to stay locked into it, because we've had it where the sand actually just pushes up from the force of the metal pushing on it. So gluing little sticks in helps the sand lock into the cope. And then you can put latches on the side to attach the cope to the drag. Those work good, but you can also just put weights on top. That's something Super Dave does. I actually watched an old video from the Scottish Cinema Archives about casting, and that's what they were doing back in the day. Just putting big weights on top of the cope to hold it down. Be 400 grit sandpaper. Just something to take off the little bumps. Pure cornstarch in a sock, which I think is a requirement. $50 pounds of sand at 16 ounces a pound times 0.02 to get 2% mix. That means we need 16 ounces of sodium silica. A drink glass, and there is 9, 10, 11. Okay, these things hold 13 ounces. And this thing needs 16 ounces, so that and one more will do you 50 pounds. You can kind of figure it out. And you could double it and still be okay at 4%. It'd be a wetter sand. In fact, I think I'll do that right there. So, más o menos is good. Wow, that's a lot of sand. Maybe too much. That, maybe. There we go.
Starting to dry?
Yeah. After about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, it starts to harden up a little bit. It just gets crusty.
It's a crust, yeah.
Yeah. If you put a lid on the bucket, you can actually keep it overnight. because the stuff is reacting to the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And we weld with CO2 as a cover gas, so it's kind of handy to have around. I'm making a mess.
It's because I think the top part.
It's real dry.
Yeah.
And so by injecting the carbon dioxide into the sand, we cause the sand to harden up fairly quickly. What we do? That looks good to me.
No, it's still right there.
Oh shit. Yeah. This doesn't matter, but that does.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's the portrait, yeah, portrait.
Now it's fucked with the talc and everything.
Yeah.
Clean most of the crud out of my crucible, and its walls are getting kind of thin, but it's probably good for another 2 pours. And down the bottom of the furnace, I put a plinth, just some castable refractory, and then a couple pieces of cardboard go on top of that. The cardboard will burn up, form carbon, so that the crucible doesn't stick to that plinth down there. And if it does stick, you know, it's no big deal. You just pull the plinth out with the crucible. It's just heavier. How you doing, dog? Working it. Working it needs more. Okay, we're all set to go. We feed propane to this thing first, and that just blows through a pipe. And then we feed high pressure air to it through a regulator so we can gauge that. Got a needle valve on that. That pushes through a burner tip, which is 1 gallon per hour for diesel. And we have a needle valve to control the flow of the diesel as well. And combine all those fuels with additional air from a vacuum cleaner motor, and all through Super Dave's burner. We have a video on that, and it's a great setup. We start off on propane with a very little bit of air, and once the furnace is up to a higher temperature, it burns the diesel cleaner. No smoke on it. We could start on the diesel if we had to. And the great thing about having 2 fuels too is if one goes out, like we run out of diesel, we can flip back to propane and it does okay. Diesel you'll get a little better mileage from. We burn 1 gallon per hour. It'll take about 2 hours to melt down 70 pounds. I got 68 pounds of nibral in there this morning, and then we'll be ready to pour. Do a little propane. I mean, it's just a little bit of propane. The regulator is shut down to almost nothing. There's the propane burning. Now we can turn the air all the way down. Now it's burning down inside. In 10 minutes I'll put on the diesel. Show you what it does right now. Only about 10 psi on the air. Open that up first, then open it up and let the diesel go through. The diesel just siphons through. Then you can see the black smoke, that's the diesel. When it gets hotter, it'll have flames coming out the top, and now it's burning inside. So I'll go ahead and shut the diesel off. Wait for the temperature to come up, then it will burn clean. lift about here, right? So clear the bottom, set it on the clip. You got to pull, reach out, pull up, unlock, then straight up. Then we'll set it down. We'll open them. Let it sit. Up. You need to put your end down a little bit so it's level with mine. We'll lock. Okay. Then up. I'll get it, push back. You control the core. You'll tilt some. I'll push back a little bit, set this in, and then you'll have control of the core. Okay? And then back up, and I'll put that down, come through here, walk across, and we'll work from that side this way to do all these. You have to push that crucible back with it. We're going to have a saw and jet first. You're going to have to do the opening on it. Okay. Step on your step. Okay. Can you go up on your side so I go down on mine? Okay. You need to open more for your side. Open. Okay, down. Now that's definitely going to have to push back up. Up a little. That's locked. Yeah. Ready? We're set. Go when you're ready. Hold. Yeah, forward again. Oh shit! We didn't weight it. Damn it. Gee. Alright. Let's back this out. Put it on the concrete out. Now put it on the concrete over here. Over there. on that. Hopefully it won't spoil it. Just fire out. I don't know if I want to keep it and try making another mold between now and now.
Yeah.
Forgot the fucking weights.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think of it either.
Let's put that back and let's try and keep the heat, rebuild the mold. So, up. Don't sit it down in the water. Down. Don't watch it. You got a little bit of water on this one. Yes. Open.
Open.
Grab this onto your stool. Open. You know what? We might have a part.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Fucking lucky.
This side is the mystery side. Your side is for pig.
That actually looks good. Hot damn.
Yeah?
I think it's alright.
That would be good.
Fucking lucked out on that one.
Uh-huh. 760 pounds?
Yeah, so it's like 20, 30 we need. We don't need to add much to that hash that's in there.
Right.
Well, so we escaped disaster, so we're going to try and put together another one quick because we still have half a crucible full of molten metal. So we start with our sheet down. And let's see, that goes in like that. And we mix up a 50 pounds of sand to fill this. 2 batches, I made too big a batch yesterday. Pour it into another bucket so it can reach the dry stuff. You don't want to let it slide across the surface or it shoves the cornstarch off. That's all. Okay.
Now for the sodium silicate?
Huh?
Do we harden it yet?
Could. I don't think we need to. Board. Change the sides. And we pack it wrong. Now we do it again. That should have been up.
It's hard bottom. Yeah.
Let's just see if it's going to work. Look pretty good.
What are you gonna do? Okay, this is on.
Round 2. Goes to the side.
Now it's on the bottom.
This time the top will fit into this.
Alright.
The fire can let you know which way it goes on. Take it apart and then harden the bottom side and this side. And that's all the way down between the two molds, cope and the drag. Over here in the corner, see, I can push it all the way to the bottom. And this clogs up with sand a little bit. I can always feel that a little bit of gas is still coming out. And what you see people casting with most of the time, at home especially, is called green sand. And green sand's great stuff. It's reusable, so it's cheap. It's a little more difficult to put together, so I'm not crazy about it. And I'm especially not crazy about it because there's no way I can do it on a boat. It requires a mueller, which is a big machine that rolls it and mixes it up so you can reuse it. And you got to store the stuff, and it's just kind of a hassle. And it is more difficult to use, and you can't do big pieces with it without putting grates into the sand, and there's just all kinds of complications with it. But this, you just mix the, you have CO2 gas around. The sodium silicate's a liquid. It lasts forever in a jug. And the silica sand, if you have your own screen, you can pick it up off the beach and screen it down. So it just depends on the quality of work. You need finer sand for higher quality work. But it's something that's easy to do on a boat. And it's actually what most of the professional shops are using, mainly because it's the labor. You don't have to be as skilled to use this stuff. And for DIY, I really like that. I'm not looking to become a professional sand caster. I just need to make a part every once in a while. Yeah, got it. Looks good?
There's a little bit of
That's
capture
nothing.
right there, but that's not.
Grind that out. Well, that hardened up. See where I poked the gas through?
Oh yeah, huh?
Top.
Okay, don't turn into it.
Sweat's gonna react to it now.
No, it dissolves it. The wet does.
We could put the gates down here. No, they work good on top. Let's just leave it alone. Channels, so the metal can run from the riser, which is also our pouring cup and sprue, into the part itself.
And comparatively speaking, this is much simpler when we did the propellers.
Yeah, the propellers had a lot of the gating built in. So we were doing 6 of them. You get a little more, you can take a little more time with your molds and your parts if you're making 6. In this case, we're only making 2.
A screwdriver?
Yeah, that's good there. There you go. That's kind of a big tip. Need something with a better tip.
Oh, that's wrong.
No. It's around here somewhere.
Oh, what the hell?
On the floor. Yeah, kind of big. That's alright.
Same size as
Now, you gotta get our pattern out. The screws give you handles into the part so you can pull up on it a little bit.
Again?
Yeah, more. Other side. Yeah, it's breaking here a little bit. We don't want sand to fall out in there. There. Oh, looks good.
Yeah.
1, 10.
You want that?
Okay. Ready to go. Fell over again.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw the draw for it.
I'm gonna go away. That's a stick?
Yep. Inside here, so I'll open it. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's stuck. That was great. The clip. Okay, gently. I don't know if it's balanced yet or not. Okay. Gently up and tap it. Okay, you got it? Okay, we're locked. Up. You can go ahead and get that off. No, never mind. There it goes. Toast off. Okay, we're ready. Go. So, a little more. That's good for the end. Let's go for the center one. That's really right into the ear. How do you think it did that? Okay. Here we go.
Nothing caught on fire?
Yeah, it's kind of boring.
Holy crap. Did it come out? I don't think it came out anywhere at the bottom.
No, did you? This is our emergency fix. That's the line that runs over to the diesel tank on the air compressor. Because we ran out of diesel.
Ah. Did better than last time, huh?
Yeah, water helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah, that's good. That's cool.
Big sigh. I think he's glad we're done.
Yeah, casting on 100-degree days is not fun.
It sucks.
It's hot enough to begin with, but there they are. The one that we got lucky on, and the one that came out the way it's supposed to. So we got to get them cleaned up now, and we'll show you where they go on a next video.